IRS 2014 Transition for Samah Arlabib LLC. Form 941, which is for withholdings, and 940, which is for federal unemployment insurance, are the only two IRS filing requirements other than Schedule C which my business had. My company was required to file its W-2s in 2014 because of this transition as soon as the final 941 was filed in the third quarter of 2014. It's a federal requirement that once you file your final 941, you have to immediately file the W-2s and give them to your employees. Some businesses file 944 and some file 941. My business files 941. 944 is for annual filers, whereas 941 is for quarterly filers. The final 940, which is the FUTA form, will be done in January of 2014 when Paychex sends me the filled out form so I can submit it. Don't confuse 940 and 941. The 940 is for quarterly withholding taxes that are withheld from the employees, and the 941 is the federal unemployment money that I pay. Unlike 941, which Paychex filed on my company's behalf, the 940, which will be done at the end of the year, will need to be filed by me since at that point in time, I'm the one in charge of my business and Paychex is no longer the entity that's in charge. In January of 2015, when filing the 940, make sure, and remember 940 is for FUTA, okay? Make sure it is marked as final and there may be a payment which I need to make when I file it. Because the last 941 and 940 which were submitted got marked final, I will not be required to file them anymore in the future. I get to keep the federal EIN, which Samah Arlabib LLC has been using, although I don't need to file 941 and 940 anymore. Use the EIN on Schedule C and for the business bank account. So, I don't need to file 941 and 940 anymore, but I can still keep my EIN and use it when filing taxes at the end of the year on Schedule C and for the business bank account. I can still keep that bank account open and use it. In other words, I still have a company, okay? Now, in January of 2015, Paychex may give me more W-2 stuff so I can file it with Maryland. It all depends on whether Maryland requires this or not. I will deal with Maryland stuff in a subsequent video and an investigation. Any other Maryland filing requirements will be dealt with in January, mostly as a result of forms Paychex will hand over to me at that point in time. I need to do Dave's 1099 in January of 2015. DLLR and Maryland obligations will be investigated and documented in videos later. From now on, just keep the EIN, file Schedule C with it, and keep Samah Arlabib LLC registered in Maryland. I will need to file the personal property sheet for Samah Arlabib LLC as one measure for keeping the business registered. Marking any IRS filing as final causes my business not to have to file that filing type anymore. Samah Arlabib LLC earned its EIN because it, number one, had employees at one point in time. Number two, it is registered in Maryland as an LLC. So as long as I keep it registered in Maryland as an LLC, I can keep that EIN. And maybe even later on I can hire employees again and start filing my 941 and 940 again. Maintaining the Maryland LLC registration is important. Keep filing those $300 Maryland personal property assessments at the beginning of each year, just as I have been doing. I can start filing 941 and 940 again if I get employees in the future. I get to keep the EIN and Wells Fargo business bank account as long as I do everything mentioned above in this video.